Freddie Rubino here for News and Coffee, brought to you by Bean and Brew Coffee and Tea.com. Get yourself the organic, and I like the organic French roast the best. It's got like a great flavor, but a lot of them are good. There's the mandling that's good. So their promo code's right up there, 10% off. Listen to me, the most chemicals you will take in one day, unless you're hooked on fentanyl, which is understandable, would be in your coffee. 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day is more chemicals than your body can stand. Get organic coffee, 10% off. Everyone who's ever bought has re-bought it. Okay? Hi, how are you? Who's joining today? Georgian? Somebody's joining, and I hope you feel better. Okay. Freddie Rubino here, and so let's go to the news today. The head of the Secret Service said in an interview, okay, now she's being interviewed, and now it comes out how crazy this whole thing is. It's crazy. The Secret Service agent said on an interview that she didn't put Secret Service agents on the rooftop where the shooter was because it sloped and it would be too dangerous for the Secret Service agents. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine that this moron doesn't even know how to lie good? It's obviously a cover-up. Listen, I've gone over it for the last 2 days. There is no doubt. It's 100% that this was allowed to happen. Too many people ordered to let it happen. So this woman says that. Now, there's a famous picture of the 2 snipers that shot the assassin. They're on a sloped roof. They're not only on a sloped roof. All they're saying was you should have had 1 cop on the roof, even if he's sitting on the roof. Even if there's 1 cop walking the perimeter to check, just sitting on the roof. They have 2 cops with sniper, with all kinds of guns and stands. So she already ordered people on a sloped roof, just not the roof that the kid was going to go and assassinate people with. And of course, the journalist doesn't say shit. This is somebody who's trained in journalism. I want my money back from that college that gave you a journalism degree, because all you had to do is say, you had people on sloped roof. That's number 1. Number 2, you're the Secret Service protecting the President of the United States. Yes, there's danger. There's more danger. You think when they say, do you want to be a Secret Service agent? They say, wait a minute, am I going to be on a sloped roof? Because forget it. They're trained to take a bullet for the president. Yet she's saying it's too dangerous to be sitting on a sloped roof. Are we out of our mind here? Now, of course, she says I'm not stepping down because the next person who would come in would investigate and they would find her guilty of plotting to assassinate a former president and murder. Let's not forget that. So just to cover one more point of this, as the days went on, we see so many people that was supposedly made a mistake. The kid walked from his car a half a mile with a ladder. It was his ladder. And he walked and he went and he, with the ladder and his rifle, put the ladder there, climbed on the roof. Nobody said anything. The building was where all the police was staging inside. Now there's a report that the kid was actually inside the building where law enforcement was. And no one said, you have to have clearance to be in there. Who gave him the clearance? This is obviously obviously orders to let this person do what he did. It's obvious. Now, the cop who goes up, they say, oh, the cop might have been on the other guy's shoulders. No, the cop was on the same ladder that the kid used. Okay, so all of this, let me just tell you something about professionals. The Secret Service are the most professional bodyguards and protective agency on the planet. It's right up there with anybody like the KGB or any of them. They are the professionals to protect a human being. And what happens? What happens with them? All of them go wrong. All of them go wrong. So how does that happen? It can happen. It can happen that 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 go wrong. It can't happen. They were all ordered to do a certain thing, because any profession, I don't even care if it's plumbers. If there's one plumber that's doing something and 4 other plumbers come over, they go, hey, you're doing it wrong. Hey, there's a problem. Stop. Hey, this is dangerous. Stop. Never mind 20 or 30 Secret Service agents and snipers. It can't happen. It's impossible that the head of the local police and the head of the Secret Service and all the people in between all made the same mistake. It's impossible. These were orders given to keep that building unsecured and keep this person going so that he pulls the trigger, then kill him. That's it. There's no, all the evidence points to that. All the evidence. Okay? So the president of the United States, who, the Alzheimer's patient, comes out and he says, oh, the guy who got killed, Cory had a last name. Cory's one of the greatest American heroes of our time. His name is Cory Comperatore. He was Italian. And let me tell you what Cory Comperatore did. When he heard gunshots go off, he was with his children, teenage kids, whatever. He dove on them and covered them up. The girl said he shoved their mother under the stands and covered them up. He took a bullet to the head from this murderer that was allowed to shoot at Trump and into the crowd. His brains were on his daughter. It was one of the most horrific things to ever happen in any kind of political arena or situation. The president of the United States, he's probably incapable of saying the last name. Maybe that's why they did it, but at least have the decency. The Secret Service being interviewed, they don't mention his name. The president doesn't mention his name. Cory, the fuck out of here. Tell us his last name. Comperatore. The man who dove on his family to protect them and took a bullet to the head. And this leads me into the next. By the way, there's no better way to leave this planet than in protection of your family or in protection of people who are innocent and in harm's way. That's why when the president comes up and says, my son was killed in battle, he was not. He died of cancer years after he was in battle. There's nothing greater than when a police officer, a fireman, or a soldier gives their life to protect the innocence of this country. And that's what Cory Comperatore did. He deserves accolades from now forever. But here's what I'm getting at with this whole part of it. There are celebrities and there are liberal news papers and liberal news outlets that are saying that this was staged. That this was staged. Okay? This is how deranged people are. There are people on my feed who are telling me it was staged. These are imbeciles. These are morons. Okay? So what they're saying is the event didn't happen. This is the new Democratic Party. Do not believe your eyes and ears. We are in an age now where everyone has a phone. We saw everything. We know everything. When you told us that Biden was sharp as a tack, he was great. You can't keep up with him. When you saw that, okay? And we saw it with our own eyes at the debate. We know. They're telling us, no, don't believe your eyes. That wasn't the, okay? So the liberal media is going out and saying that this is what they're doing, that it was staged. Against your own eyes, they think you're a moron. So what was staged? What could have been staged? That Trump didn't really get shot in the ear? We saw it. We saw the bullet and we saw a splash when it went by. We saw it. He wasn't shot in the ear. Was Cory Comperatore shot? Because we know he was shot. He's dead. The other two people have bullets in them. They're in critical condition. We know it happened. So now they're saying that it's either that, either they're saying it just never happened, which is criminal, by the way. It's criminal to say that. But all you're saying, now you're saying that it either didn't happen or the Republican Party, the Trump people, they're even saying the word just Trump, hired him to do this. Do you think this person could shoot through someone's ear at 150 yards? You think that was the plan? Are you that stupid? No, you're not. Maybe the people who comment on this and say it was staged, you don't know what you're talking about. Those people are really stupid and could be led to do anything in this world. Okay? But the liberal media and the celebrities and all of them should be held accountable because it's against the law to say things like that. And I could tell you one very famous case. There is a man called Alex Jones. Alex Jones is a conspiracy guy. He gets 90% of what he says right. He knows a lot of shit. He researches it. Okay, he came out during one of the school shootings, one of the horrific school shootings that killed a lot of kids, and he said that was staged. Okay, so the families of all the dead children, all the victims, got a class action suit and sued him, and they won. It was $1 billion. It was unheard of, $1 billion settlement from the families of the kids who were killed. Okay, I think $1 billion is excessive. Should he have said it? No. He's a moron for saying shit like that. And a lot of people are feeling it, and a lot of people are very upset and hurt. Their families will never be the same. He said that. I could tell you why he said it, because he had evidence that some of the people involved were crisis actors. So he put two and two together. He was wrong, and he lost. He lost because he said that when people were murdered, it didn't really happen. And what you're doing is you're accusing the families of being in on a horrible conspiracy. And that's why he lost, and he should have lost. So now, the liberal media and all the celebrities who say it was staged, who say he didn't really get shot, who say all of this was staged, should be part of a class action suit, and they should be sued for billions of dollars. Cory Comperatore's family should be billionaires after this. So are the two other people who were shot. They should be billionaires. just like Alex Jones was taken down for saying what he said about a horrific act, so should these liberal media. All of them put together. All the Hollywood people, all the CNBC, all of them who have said, even on social media, if you are someone representing a company or a news organization and you say that even in a tweet, you should be sued for that, because that's bullshit. These people are suffering for the rest of their lives with the picture of their father with a bullet in his head, and you got the balls to say it didn't happen, that he isn't a phenomenal American hero? What a disgrace. This whole thing has taken a big, disgraceful turn. And all you shitheads out there who say, he got hit in the ear, big deal. You are just a bunch of shitheads. And that's all I could say for you people, okay? So let's take some questions now. I think we're done with this whole thing. Probably not, because every day new shit comes out. Every day, new information comes out. They came out and they said that the kid had a rangefinder to see how far it was to the podium. They didn't stop him. Law enforcement seen him scoping out. Okay? He was walking to the building with a ladder to get access to the roof. It was the closest roof. Past the grounds, the closest roof to the podium was that roof. The kid was in the building with other police officers. He got the ladder. He put it up. He went up there. It was reported he was up there. Nothing said. One of the snipers said that he called in to get a clearance to shoot. I don't know if that's true or not, so I'm not going to say that. But all I could say also is that sniper who saw the guy on the roof with a rifle, who didn't pull the trigger, who's waiting, he's waiting for someone to say, go ahead, take the shot. He's a piece of shit. He's not a man. I can tell you right now. If you're a trained sniper, trained to protect the president, and there's someone on a roof with a gun pointing at you, you take the shot. You take the goddamn shot. And you deal with the consequences later. You know what the consequences later would be? You're a hero, you moron. So obviously he was told, and he was told very forcefully, do not shoot that kid. Do not pull the trigger, because he was in the sights. You could even see it, that he was in the sights. Okay? So I'm pissed. John Michael Verica, only the beginning. God bless President Trump and all the victims. Yes, God bless all the victims. We don't need people saying that these victims aren't really victims. These people are garbage people. These people never had any kind of valor in their life, and all they could do is try and knock people down. Paul Lanfuso, my friend, our government was behind him, spoke with a friend who worked for Homeland Security. I'm not going by any of those things that I heard a person said, but obviously the government was in. Maria Walters, I had to turn off the news today. I can't take much more of how terrible this was and has been, only watching the rally. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's why I'm telling people to come out, go out, shut the TV off, come out, come to my comedy show, go to somebody else's comedy show, go to a Broadway play, go out, shut the news off for now. We know we're solidified now. Nobody has solidified to us more than Donald Trump. So Karen Grody says, Onat is a dead father, 2 severely injured people, and a man who almost had his head blown off. There is no excuse. I can't read the rest. Okay, yeah, that's what we have now. People are denying it. People are denying it. It's crazy that people, that's why I tell you, if you're liberal and you want to talk to me, I'm not talking to you. I've had it. We're done. We're past the point of debating. If you can't believe your own eyes, we're done. Having to watch this makes all MAGA supporters victims. You're right. We're all victims, but not more than the guy who took the bullet. I can tell you that. Diane Gersio, Cops better go to jail more than accessories to murder. Of course they are. The Capitol Police, the Vivaldi cops, and these cops, they're no good. They're no good. Let me tell you something. I'm from New York. The New York police officer with 1 day on the job has seen more action than all of these other ones. And I guarantee you, if there was a New York City Police Department, that kid would have been arrested when he went to his car to get the device. No doubt about it. There's nothing like big city police forces that are trained and allowed to do their job. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So they were told, no doubt in my mind. What does the FBI know that they're covering up? What do you think they know? They know that they were in on it. Rhoda and Pamela, that's true. The father is a true hero, a true American hero. The president, the vice president, nobody has even had the decency to say his name. Cory Comperatore. That's his name. The name that'll live in infamy. He threw himself on his family and took a bullet for his family. The same thing that Secret Service was sworn to do, to take a bullet for the president. They wouldn't even shoot the sniper. Rose Scattorocchio, I'm sorry, it's so small. Dereliction of duty. Of course it is dereliction of duty. Someone's joining me now. I don't know who it is. We'll hear what they have to say if they could connect. You know, Facebook, they're like, no, we can't have conservative voices. I'm telling you that they won't even say this person's name. They won't even say his name. They don't want to draw attention to the fact that this man did what he did. That's sick. That's so sick. Meanwhile, George Floyd, we know George Floyd. There's monuments to George Floyd. You know George Floyd did? He took fentanyl and resisted arrest. That is now they're saying the Iranians had a plot to kill Trump. Listen to me. Trump should be the most heavily guarded human being on the face of the earth right now. Right now, anybody within 5 blocks of Trump should be checked out. Never mind this old bullshit. So, anybody have any more questions? I don't know. Somebody says they're joining, but they're not joining. So, I think Facebook doesn't let you do it. You know that? That's what I'm thinking. Karen Groder. So now there is a dead father too severely. Okay, we read that already. I'm sorry, because it went down the thing. Okay, so we know, we see it with our eyes. Rose Scattorocchio, we need God's help. I think we got God's help. I think when he turned his head for 1 second, it saved the nation. It saved the world. You know what it saved? It saved the Jews from Iran. It saved the Jews from being turned their backs on in Gaza. It saved Ukrainians from dying for the next 4 years because Trump's going to end that war. It saved a lot of people, and it saved the whole country against these fascist pieces of shit. Yes, that slight head turn saved millions of people. That, if that's not divine intervention, I don't know what is. And we just gotta pray for this guy, Cory Comperatore's family. They're going through a rough time. Who is this? Melinda Gamblin says he should have had the most protection because they aren't through yet. Of course, they're not through yet. Now that they come out with this thing, now all of a sudden they come out with Iran is after him. You know what that means to me? That means they're already setting up who's responsible for the next attempt, for either a car bomb or a poisoning or something like that. They're going to put a couple of Iranians in a truck or something like that, and they already have the blame game going towards them. If they know this, why aren't we rounding up every single Iranian that has entered this country within the last 2 years? Right now, we should be rounding up every Iranian, at least questioning them, going through what was it. We're not doing anything about it. Nothing. That's what they're doing. They're setting up the next one. Eileen Castillo, as usual, I agree with you 1,000%. You know what? Most of the people who are watching me, because it's common sense. I'm not a lawyer. I'm nothing. I'm a Brooklyn construction worker, comedian too. Come see me live. And it's just common sense. It's just common sense. President Trump is going to Cory Comperatore's funeral. Of course he is. The man loves us. The man loves his country. I told you this before. He's a billionaire. All he has to do is go buy an island and do whatever he wants for the rest of his life. The lap of luxury, King Solomon hasn't known the luxury that Donald Trump has known. And what does he do? He throws it all away. He throws the safety of himself, his family away for us. Terry Miller, they said that they had intel from about 3 weeks ago about a possible assassination attempt. Of course. And what do? They don't secure the roofs around him. This is obvious that this was allowed to happen. Now, you'll never see what was on this kid's social media. You'll never see what was on this kid's phone. You'll never see what this kid was texting other people. You'll never see it because they were obviously in touch with him. His social media was wiped out before he shot Trump. Before that day, before Saturday, his social media was completely taken out and erased. I don't have the power to do that. Who has the power to do that? And all of social media is involved because they let the government come in. I would just like to see one social media company say, I just want to come out right now. The Secret Service came in 2 days ago before the assassination and wiped out this kid. That's all we want. That's all we want. Be American. That's all we want. It was obvious. And there aren't a group of professionals on earth. I don't care if you are a professional car mechanic and you can't align the front end. You get 3 other mechanics that go, hey, you're doing it wrong. What are you doing? Plumbers, surgeons, lawyers. You can't get 3 or 4 professionals together and not spot the mistake the one person's making. Never mind all of the professionals making every mistake, not one mistake, not 2 mistakes. They made every professional. We're told to believe that every professional from the top down made every mistake. We're not stupid people. We know what happened. That's why when you go to the voting booth, you vote from the dog catcher to the president, Republican, because we can't go through this anymore. You gotta vote Republican. You never heard of the person. It don't matter. Dog catcher, school chancellor, street sweep, all the way up to president, Republican. It's over. I'm Freddie Rubino. I'll be at Villa Roma tomorrow night in the Catskill Mountains. Come and enjoy a beautiful night of comedy in the mountains. After that, I'll be in Staten Island. Go to fredrubino.com. See me live in Staten Island. After that, a beautiful dinner show in Long Island at Domenico's. Get your tickets. Dinner and a show. It's fantastic. After that, I'll be in Kenosha, Wisconsin. A beautiful venue up there. Come see me, my friends in Wisconsin, and just go to fredrubino.com and see where I'm performing. And don't forget to buy the coffee to support this show. I'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm going to cut open the gabagool and see how it came out.